Okay, I'm making this video to kind of help people along with maybe sometimes they want to upload more than one image to a post, right? But you don't want to do a bunch of crazy stuff to do that. And a known limitation of the featured image field is when you're mapping it, that it can only accept one image. So if you, in Divi Form Builder, go ahead and you wire up the image upload field, as I do have here, and let's say I make this 10, you can certainly try to upload 10 images, but what's going to happen is that the form's going to fail with the submission just because the featured image field can only take one image. But I have a way around that for you, and I'm going to show you how to do that a little differently right now. So I'm just quickly going to save this up, and then I'm going to jump here on the back end of my WordPress site. Then I've got Divi Form Builder installed, but I've also got a plugin installed called SCF. Now that might sound familiar because it is the WordPress automatic fork of advanced custom fields. And it's a free plugin to use, but what they actually did there is they made a lot of the pro features free. And one of those fields that you can use then is the gallery field. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to install SCF. Now I'm going to show you what that icon looks like. So if you go to the view details, you'll just go and you can just type SCF, but this is the one that you're looking for, and the author is wordpress.org. Once you've installed that, all you're going to do is go to the field groups. You're going to add a new field group, and I just call this extra fields for my posts, but that could be anything. It's just nobody will ever see that except you or one of the admins. The field type that you're going to select, because now we've got our fields that we add into this group, and I'm going to go ahead and select the gallery field. And then you just want to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this post image gallery or something else that, is easy for you to remember or something like that. And that's really it. Now, the last thing you want to do is make sure down here is where you assign this field group to a specific post type or taxonomy, whatever you're using. If you have a custom post, you can go ahead and assign it there. But I'm just going to assign it to post because that's where I'm going to be adding it. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this now. And now it says that my field group's been updated. Now, if you go to your posts, then you can go ahead and let's say I open up this test post I've got here. I do have my post gallery field added to the posts, and that's as simple as it is. So I'll come back to my form here and I'll refresh my form. And then what I'm going to do is add a gallery field. So it's the classic Divi double load. Divi 5 does not do that anymore, thank goodness, but here we go. Okay, so I've got my add image here. Maybe what I'll do instead is rename this to be add featured image, because that's going to be the featured image of my posts. And maybe I just want to make sure that only one can be uploaded. But I'll add another field now. I'm going to go ahead and say image gallery, for example. I'll just give that a descriptive ID because maybe I want to attach this to email, something like that. That usually makes that easier to do. But the type that you're going to be selecting here is going to be just the image upload. So it's pretty much exactly the same you did with the other one. And you will just go down, and then for your upload, I'll keep mine at 5. You can make it 10, 15, whatever you want to do. And then we just go to the mapping options. Now, this is where we are going to need to map that field to the post creation field for the post that we have. So I'm going to select ACF field because that's what we just did. Even though it's SCF, ACF, they use the same structure, so we can use Divi Form Builder to go ahead and use that. So we just go to the field mapping, and here we can see extra fields, post image gallery. I'm going to select that. I'm going to save. I'm going to save the form, and then I'll just save my page I've got here. And then we'll hop on the front end and let's refresh our form. And now we can see that we've got this gallery at the bottom. So we'll just say this is a test, not text test. And then I am going to go ahead, and you can either drag your image in. Here's my featured image coming in. And then I'll just say this is going to be mountain, and I'll just put a bunch of gibberish for the post content. And then I'll just drag some more images in for my gallery, and you can see they're all there. So I hit that submit button, and you'll see it upload each image, and then it says, bam, thank you for your message. And when we go to the back end, let me just go back to my post here. Here we can see that post I just submitted. When I go into edit that post, you can see all the images uploaded along with my featured image, and that's how easy that is. That's how you upload multiple images to a post for free with Divi Form Builder and SCF or ACF if you have ACF Pro, but that's how you do that.